Good morning everyone. I'm Pooja Kumari, Assistant Professor in Government College, Podia Kheda, Fatehabad. I'm presenting Red Flag, a mean against corporate fraud. First of all, we must know about what fraud is. Actually, fraud is a willful act to obtain money, property, or any other advantage that recipient is lawfully not entitled to own. And if talking about the corporate fraud is followed against the organization, and fraud is in every organization that may be of any size, profitability, or any of the industry. You can see the different types of the different examples of the fraud that have been existence in all over the world. The famous scams like Satyam, you may have heard about the Walmart Bharti scam, 2G Spectrum, Reebok, Lehman Brothers scam, Sahara scam. All these are the famous scams. Now, talking about the red flag. Red flag are the events and conditions, or you can say the fraud indicators that leads to the opportunity of the fraud. That means you can doubt whether fraud exists or not, or if red flag exists, that's mean they're increasing the sensitivity that there may be fraud. Okay, a red flag is just a indicator. Remember, it's not a mean that clarify or that verify that fraud is present. It's just an indicator. Fraud may or may not be present. That's when there is need to look closer at the transaction after the existence of the red flag. Okay, next. Now the theories of the red flag. Different researchers have propounded different theories of the red flag. The first one is fraud triangle theory. The fraud triangle theory is the very famous approach. It was propounded by Donald Cressy in his books Other People's Money, a study in the social psychology of embezzlement. In order to develop this theory, he interviewed 200 prisoners about the reasons of fraud commitment by them, and finally he divided all the reasons into the three categories, that is perceived non-shareable financial problem, perceived opportunity, and rationalization. These have become the elements of the fraud triangles, that is perceived opportunity, rationalization, and pressure that leads a person to commit the fraud. These are the fraud indicators as per the fraud triangle theory, or you can say categories of fraud indicators, and this concept is widely used by American or Indian auditing standards. I have told you there are the three elements of the fraud triangle: pressure, rationalization, and opportunity. I was giving some examples like rationalization means to provide support to our one's negative belief, that is, oh, I'm taking the money, that's not an issue, I will pay back. Okay, what I'm doing nothing, I'm doing good thing, they are not paying me enough, so I'll have to steal. These are the examples of the rationalization. Opportunity, like you are getting an opportunity to commit the fraud, that no one is noticing, so I can steal the money or item, whatever. Pressure, that is a financial pressure, need of the money, or bad habits like alcohol, gambling. These leads pressure to commit the fraud. Next is the fraud scale theory. It was developed by Steve Albrecht in 1980. He interviewed internal auditors and divided fraud in three categories. That's the situation fraud, opportunity fraud, and personal integrity. And these all three categories in collective increases the fraud chances. Next is fraud diamond theory. It's also an important theory which is being used widely, and it is the extension of fraud triangle theory, was developed by Wolf and Hermansen in 2004. It includes the four elements like pressure, opportunity, rationalization, and capability. Capability is the power to take decisions, technical knowledge, and trust. Other rest of three elements have been explained under fraud triangle theory, and capability converts opportunity into the reality. Okay, that's mean using the power you are committing the fraud. Most of the top management persons commit fraud in this way. Next is fraud pentagon. Fraud pentagon is the extension of fraud diamond theory, was developed by Mark in 2009. It includes one additional element, that is the arrogance. Other elements are somewhat related to the fraud diamond theory. Arrogance represents greedy nature and superiority of oneself over the corporate policies. Okay. Now the question is why to study the red flag and why it's important. The simple thing is red flag is the fraud indicator, and it's important to identify the fraud before its existence so that its loss can be reduced to the minimum. That's why red flag is important. Other red flag is important to the different stakeholders in the organization, like regulators, accounting professionals, practitioners, researchers, in order to understand why factor of fraud, that is why fraud is occurring. And this knowledge not only help to detect the fraud but also help when to suspect it and when to curb it before occurrence also. Okay, this is important not only for the management but also for the auditors also, in order to fulfill their duties or doing auditing work very fruitfully. And government and public also aware about the red flag, should also aware about the red flag to protect them from being potential of fraud victim. Thank you. I hope you understand it.